Hey guys, Isometric here. So, after going through YouTube and checking out a lot of other classic WoW videos involving guides and general information, I can say there's still a lot of content missing from them. I figured, why not take this chance to discuss with you some more money making tips, and not just to get your first mount when you hit level 40, but help the level 60 epic mount in the early months. Not just grinding out mindlessly on mobs in the Eastern Plaguelands or Western Plaguelands, but also professions and skills that once the economy starts to grow, you can perhaps even monopolize on certain profession mats. I've seen no one has discussed cooking as a moneymaker or fishing, hell, even bandaging. In this guide, I'll go through each different way of making money, from 1 to 40 for your first grand mount, then 40 to 60 to save up for that epic mount, both mob grinds and profession mats to monopolize the auction house, because apparently there's rumour that the very first level 60 mounts will be available on release, the ones without the armour and harness. So let's dive in. Number 1. Levels 1 to 40 will not depend on your class at all. When leveling through Classic, to make sure you can afford skills, repair bills, and your first grand mount at level 40, you want to pick up a gathering profession, herbalism, mining, or skinning. All are viable, however, I'm going to have to say I'm a little biased here and say that skinning is probably your best option, as there won't be as much competition due to respawn timers on nodes. The leathers won't sell well in the auction house, but let's be real, when Classic WoW releases, no one's really going to be using the auction house, so you're going to have to rely on yourself to make the big bucks. With that being said, make sure to make the right investments. Don't waste your time or your gold on using the auction house to purchase gear. You'll get gear by running dungeons with people that you meet, or gear you pick up when looting mobs in the world. A good investment to make would be bags. Invest in looking for a tailor or making friends with someone who can make bags. I wouldn't recommend buying bags from vendors, as they're overpriced and you can get cheaper ones made with the correct mats. Also, be sure to look out for grey, low quality items, especially weapons. They can sell for 50 silver, even up to 3 to 4 gold, to a vendor, and that is huge. And they drop mostly from humanoids. Moving forward, let's look at levels 40 to 60. Number 2. From levels 40 to 60, the grind will be pretty much the same, except for access to mats that will vendor for a higher price to vendors. However, at this stage, I would ask you to hold on to your cloth, as these mats overall will be harder to farm from this level range. You'll be picking up silk cloth, mage weave, rune cloth, fell cloth, and at 250 tailoring, 2 pieces of fell cloth can be crafted into moon cloth. However, you'll need to purchase this skill from Everlook, located in Winter Springs. Fell cloth is farmed by killing demons, especially in Fellwood. Anyway, like I was saying, hold on to all cloth, as these higher level mats will be harder to farm and worth much more to a tailor when they hit level 60, and have the gold to spend and purchase from you, and you'll be able to monopolize on this. Or, if you need the gold early on, pick up first aid and level it up as you go. Bandages stack in 20s, and 1 full stack of heavy rune cloth bandages sells for 2 gold. Now, it takes 2 pieces of cloth to make a heavy bandage, but 1 piece of rune cloth only sells for 4 silver, meaning 40 pieces of rune cloth only sells for 1 gold and 60 silver. So making the heavy bandage nets you a 20% gold profit. I know 40 silver doesn't sound like a lot, but gold is a lot harder to make in Classic than it is today in retail. Also, whilst leveling, only purchase skills that you use or need in order to save gold, and buy your first mount upon hitting level 40, as this will increase your income drastically, as the goblins always said. Number 3. Now that you're level 60 and you think you're a king, sit down kid, we're not done, the grind's only just begun. Now, depending on what it is you're looking to do, whether that be PvP, raiding, dungeons, it's going to determine how and where you spend your gold. First of all, we're saving for our epic mount at this stage, so continuing with the current course of things, we want to capitalize on how we should make gold. Well, you've raced to level 60, what now? You're burnt out from killing mobs and sick to death of skinning or running around gathering materials. Maybe try something a little more AFK? Try fishing. There are a few fish you can try to fish for, and in no particular order, we have the winter squid. The best time to catch these are between 12 PM and 6 PM server time, in the Bay of Storms area of Azshara, so probably better for Horde than it is Alliance. Next, we have the Nightfin Snapper. Their highest catch rate is actually in Diamol, but in the open world, your best bet would be Stormwind City for the Alliance and Feralis for the Horde. And let's not forget the Deviate Fish. Deviates can be caught from the 3 Oasis in the Barrens or the Wailing Caverns, which is a dungeon. The fish can be caught from open water or pools of Deviate Fish. I'd recommend fishing for these inside the Wailing Caverns, especially if you play on a PvP server, as to avoid being ganked. Because when you fish, you'll have a fishing pole equipped, and it could be the same as being caught with your trousers down. In this instance though, it's your hands on your rod. These fish are largely collected as they offer a cosmetic change on your character, either turning you into a pirate or a ninja, and could sell well to some wealthy raiders down the road who get bored of looking at their same old tune sometimes. Some other useful fish are the alchemist specific fish. There are 3 types of alchemist fish that can be used, and they are the firefin snapper, the oily blackmouth, and the stone scale eel. Alchemists use these guys for making potions and transmuting other things. Well, that's about all I could think of for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give a thumbs up if you did, and leave a comment if I missed anything you felt was worth discussing or adding. I'd just like to take this time to say thanks for watching the video and giving it a go until the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch.